So let's go ahead and start our summing up here. We have an opposite third rank. So what white wants to do is go ahead and give this check. I don't know why that's happening today. Give this check followed by king e6 and pivot the black pieces over here toward the H file. If we shift this position farther to the left so that our queen check down on here is going to be forcing the king into the center, then you're better off simply attacking the hanging rook. And if the black king stood on G1, both black pieces are against the edge of the board, back the queen away one square, and then the king over to attack the rook, and the rook's going to go lost. Black to move in the opposite third rank kind of rosette wants to move toward the center. So you do that by using your rook to attack opposing pieces to gain tempo, and support moves toward the center of the board. And continuing the review, this is still an opposite rosette because the kings are opposite to each other, but it's not a third rank type, it's a second rank type. The rook is right here. So this is the case where the attacker is best off dropping one square away like this. As always, if you're the defender, you want to gain tempo by attacking the opposing pieces and try to move toward the center of the board. In the adjacent case, where the two kings are neighbors in the rosette rather than standing across from each other, this is the non-cutoff version, and you should soon start to see that you can give a check by attacking the rook. No exceptions are needed. That's always what you do. The only prudent thing to do here is king f4, and then the opposing king closes up ranks. If the defender is to move, once again, you rejoin your rook to your king while attacking opposing pieces in order to gain room. And finally, again, we have the adjacent rosette. The kings are neighbors, but it's a cutoff type where this rook is preventing the king from approaching. This is where we have our 5-step sequence, beginning with queen b3 check. If this move would put the queen on the edge of the board or over the edge of the board, then instead you play queen e5, attacking the rook, unless black's king is on the edge. If we move the position 2 files down, 2 ranks down the board, so that the black king sits on d1, that's the only position where you want to give this check. And then follow with your king. And if you're playing defense, you use the old familiar cutoffs, rejoin your pieces, attack black's pieces to gain tempo, and try to move toward the center of the board wherever you can. It would also be possible for black here to go ahead. It would not be possible to do that because you immediately lose the rook. Sorry. So that's lessons on the rosette type of position. As you can see, the attacker has a lot more to remember than the defender does. The defender has just a couple of simple rules. The attacker needs to consider, am I forcing the opponent into the center of the board or away from the center of the board? Is this a position where I fall back or a position where I move forward? So, hope you enjoy.